Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, the Tanya Takeover, where I'm your girl Tanya. Today we're going to be talking about money mistakes to avoid in your 30s. And believe me, I've made a lot. On my channel, we talk about beauty, fashion, finance, the trifecta. You can't have one without the other. So if that's something that you might be interested in, consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below, and let's get started. Money mistakes in your 30s. Where do I start? Okay, I have made a lot of mistakes, and being someone who I kind of prided myself on being smart with money, I made a lot of dumb mistakes, okay? If I can help somebody avoid some of those, we're going to get into it, we're going to talk about it. But just know the best thing you can always do with your money is to invest your money, be smart with your money, make the right choices, make the right decisions, and just go with the flow. Mistakes happen, it happens, it's life. So if you have a little hiccup, bounce back, start saving again, start working, hustling, and get it back, okay? Nothing is too bad that we can't come back from. Let's get into the mistakes to avoid in your 30s. The best thing I can say that I did in my 30s, I started monitoring my money. I downloaded every app for every bank account I had. Now, I know it might sound very like Tanya, of course, have your app on your phone, but I was the kind of person, I thought out of sight, out of mind. Like, I wouldn't touch that account, I wouldn't go in that account, because if I kept looking and seeing the money increase on my bank account, I thought I would go and spend it. But little did I know, I stopped looking and fraud happened, and God bless that they actually contacted me. But it's something that could have been avoided because I was making, little online purchases and people were digging in my account, okay? And I wasn't monitoring my money. When you start monitoring your money, you're going to realize that there's a lot of fees coming out that you may not know. There's a lot of excessive spending that you might be doing that you may not be aware of. And monitoring your money and making sure that you have all your bank accounts, you're accounting for every charge, every fee, everything that's coming out of your check, it really helps you. Now in this day and age when people are using Cash App and Zelle and PayPal, it's even more important to monitor your money, monitor where it's going, how much you're taking out. Quick story, I was using my account for, Uber Eats. Come to find out, my account was hacked. Somebody was digging in it, ordering food on Tanya, okay? And I would have never known if I didn't have it monitored. I started looking up, I'm like, wait, I didn't have Mexican food yesterday, so who's eating on my account? Okay, so now that it's so easy to have apps and things like that on your account, make sure that you're doing the right thing and monitoring it. Make sure every app is downloaded. Make sure all your passwords are really good passwords, not the same for each, ladies and gentlemen. And make sure that you're accounting for where your money is going. What's the point of making the money if it's going out the same day or the same week or the same month, right? The whole point is to acquire more money so that we can invest, buy things that we love, and do the things that we want to do. So make sure you are monitoring your money, get your apps together, and accounting for every dollar spent. Next thing I would definitely say to avoid is not using cash when possible. I am the mad swiper, okay? I swipe and swipe and swipe until I can't swipe anymore, okay? So don't be like me. Make sure that you are using cash whenever possible. I know when I'm going out to eat in large groups or something like that, I always make sure that I have cash. You want to make sure that, you want to know that you have enough money for tip, for transportation, for things like that. And when you're constantly swiping and swiping away, you can't really monitor the way you would want to. Especially in this day and age when, your accounts are saved on your phone and Amazon, oh my gosh, Amazon, and, all these other apps. Make sure you're using cash whenever possible. Best thing I like about cash is that you can see when you're almost running low. You can see where, you're spending too much. Oh wait, I spent all of that here and I still need to go, to eat afterwards. I spent all of that shopping and I still need to do this, that, and the third after. It kind of gives you a budget and it allows you something physical that you can touch, that you can monitor exactly how much you're spending, where, and how often. So whenever possible, when I'm getting paid or anything like that, I always make sure to take out cash so that I can really feel it. You could, it's something like going through and giving the money over to somebody that gives you a different sense of, budgeting, okay? It gives you an amount, especially when you're going to the mall or you're going out with friends or anything like that. Have a set amount, take out your money out of the ATM and know that you are going to spend this amount for the night, okay? It really helps me. It really helps me save. It really helps me to track how much money I'm spending and really get my finances in order. So I highly suggest whenever possible, use cash. You're gonna love it. And it kind of, gives you like a budget to work with. You know exactly where it's going and where you can avoid overspending. Another mistake to avoid is going out to eat excessively. I'm gonna say excessively because I love to eat out. I love to try new restaurants. I love to get out of the house. I love to explore new areas. I love going to eat out because it gives you a chance to try different foods and see different people and get out of the house, especially for somebody who works from home. But excessively going out and feeling like you have to go out and eat and go out and spend. I mean, when I used to go out dancing and parties and things like that, you'd be surprised on how much they charge for like a bottle or drink when you could go into like a liquor store and go buy it yourself. Things like that I feel like are excessive spending. So avoid excessively going out. You can still spend time with friends. You can still spend time, with your girls. They can always come to the house, make it a house party, make it a game night, make it, just wine and dinner. Somebody makes dinner. There's so many different ways to avoid going out and spending money that doesn't need to be spent, especially when you have a goal in mind. So many people that I know, they're looking to, buy their home and, invest in real estate and, put their kids through school. We do not have time to go out and spend excessive amounts of money to take a few pictures at a restaurant, drink some overpriced alcohol, and then go home and then cry about it next day. We don't have time for that, okay? So be smart with your money. There's different ways and so much fun ways that you can do and spend time in the house without having to go out excessively. Try to limit it to maybe once a month. You go out with your friends, you get cute, you get dressed up, dolled up, and you go out and have a good time. But every weekend is just unnecessary and it's pretty costly. So if you can avoid that, by all means, bring the house parties back, okay? Play some music, order some food in, drink some wine from home, and call it a day, okay? There are so many money traps that people fall into trying to have that luxury lifestyle that before you know it, you're crying, you're looking at how much money you're spending. Hopefully you're bringing in more than you're spending, but, to each his own. Make sure that you are definitely monitoring and cutting costs whenever possible. Okay, walk with me with this one, guys. I would say decluttering your home. This is a big one for me. When I first moved out and I moved into my first apartment, I thought I needed all of these things. I needed these lamps, I needed these trinkets, I needed, this bedspread, I needed this, all this decor that I just did not need. When I say declutter your home, once you declutter and put everything away and put it, out where you want it, you're going to realize you have duplicates of things. You have things that you never used. You have things that you never needed. That item from Home Goods that you just saw in the store and you just absolutely needed doesn't go with your decor. And I actually did this recently. I sat there and I love these pillows. I needed these decorative pillows that had nothing to do with my color scheme, but I thought I was going to do a pop of color. Come to find out, I didn't need it. So what do? Those are the things that you maybe sell on, Facebook Market or eBay or whatever people are selling things on now, and realize that you don't need all of this stuff. Especially right now when minimalism is in style, you really don't need all this stuff. So declutter your home, put everything away, clean up, straighten up, and you're going to realize that you have an excessive amount of stuff that you just really don't need. And guys, that is where your money trap is coming in. Don't feel like you have to fall into this person's luxury life or this person's home decor. You're going to have your own style, your own things, and a lot of things that you're buying are repeat or just not needed. So make sure that you are, decluttering, keeping your home in order so that you know exactly what you have and what you need. Another mistake I feel like people make in their 30s, and I've done this, is overspending during the holidays. One more time for that person in the back. Overspending during holidays. Think about it, guys. We sit there and we go through this big mad rush. It's Christmas time. You have to buy for cousin Susie and cousin Paul that you haven't seen and all of these people, and you go in these stores and spend so much money, right? You look back in February or January and you look at your credit card statement, and where did this debt come from? What happened? You're overspending just because it's a holiday. And I'm not saying don't buy anybody anything. I'm just saying that you're doing it too much. You're overspending, okay? Make sure that you are spending within your means. Give everybody a budget, okay? Give everybody a cost allocation, right, if you will, and stick to that. There's so many times we'll go through this mad rush of Christmas and everybody comes over and you spent all this money. The next day it's like it never happened. There's sales galore. There's so many things that you bought full price and now it's half off a week later. Why do we do this? Why do we put ourselves through this? Excessive spending is one way, especially around, Christmas time and the holidays, that we go overboard. It puts a dent in our savings and a dent in our money goals. So make sure that you are monitoring how much you're spending, even birthdays or whatever. Would your friend or whoever rather, a birthday, or would they rather like a nice vacation or, a nice outing together where you guys can spend time? Just think about little ways that can be more cost effective. You do not have to go for broke for the holidays, guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make you less of a person. They don't love you anymore, I promise. Okay, so make sure that you are saving your money whenever possible. And overspending during the holidays is a big no-no. The next thing I would definitely say is a big mistake people make in their 30s is trying to keep up. I'm going to say it. Trying to keep up with friends and this lifestyle that you're supposed to have. Your pockets are not their pockets, okay? Your goals are not their goals. So why do you feel like you have to go out and spend what they're spending? You don't know what they have saved. You come out and you spend $200 to go out and eat and relax and, have girls' night at the table. Your friend goes out and spends $200. But just because you're both spending $200 doesn't mean you have the same amount in your savings. Doesn't mean you guys make the same amount per year. Your goals are different. Maybe your friend already has, her apartment or her condo or her house already furnished and everything like that, and maybe you're still trying to get there. So this is a time where it's okay to say no. It's okay to miss out on this one. You don't have to make it to every event, okay? So make sure that you are not overspending to keep up. A lot of people will spend over their means to make them look like they have something that they don't have. And unfortunately, this is still happening today. People are still doing this, still, trying to keep up with that persona of a luxury lifestyle, and it's just unnecessary. At the end of the day, nobody cares. Okay, they want to see you, have fun and eat out and everything like that. But when you go home tomorrow, you're still going to have that bill waiting for you. You're still going to have that rent or that mortgage waiting for you. Why torture yourself and try to keep up? Okay, if this event is for you, it's okay to gracefully bow out, miss this one, stay in the house, relax, not often, but relax, take a step back and keep that money in your savings account. You're going to be so happy that you did, because you're going to meet your goals so much faster and be so much more happy. Now, going with your friends on vacation, that's something different. I honestly believe that, you work hard all year round, and if you're taking a vacation and you're going out with friends, live it up. You only live once, right? What's the point of sitting there working nonstop and not going on vacation and enjoying yourself? But do it within means. Make sure like I said, you go there with cash on a budget. So maybe this, outing you can go on, but this excursion you can't. And it's okay to say no. But make sure that you're having a good time, and make sure that you are vacationing within your own pockets, because you know what you have and you know what you can't afford. So there's no sense in going home broke and upset that you spent all this money and not making it towards your goals. The last thing I would definitely say is buying a home or a car that's out of your price range. And it happens, guys, especially during the spring, okay? There's nothing like going into spring with a hot new whip, right? A new car that's all shiny. You went to the car wash, you washed it off, you're good. And then that car note comes in and you're upset, okay? Make sure that you are keeping in mind whatever your monthly spending is for your car insurance, maintenance, because that stuff adds up, okay? So make sure that you are buying a car that you can afford to maintain, that you can afford to not only pay the car note, you got to pay the insurance on it. So make sure that you are taking all of that into account before buying a home or a car. As far as a home, everybody is running out buying homes because, it's the housing market and everything's booming and everything's good, everybody's running. But keep in mind that, once everything calms down, you're still going to be left with that mortgage. And make sure that is within the budget, because there's nothing worse than coming home to bills that you just cannot pay or handle. And this is a common mistake that I see people in their 30s making. You're so quick to say that I own a home, I did it, I own this, I own that. Make sure it's within the budget. Of course, I always will push home ownership, but within your means and in your time. Don't feel like you are rushed to do anything. Don't feel like, you have to have the best car or the best house because this person's. Don't do any of that. We are living for ourselves and living for and a means to our own end. So make sure that you are doing everything within your price range so that you're not crying later. Okay guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe at the bottom. Let me know down in the comments. Have you made any of these mistakes? Am I the only one? Okay, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.